What is up, everybody? Welcome to the super late episode 54 of Pokemon Trading Card Game Online. My name is Blaze. I do apologize for the lateness of this video. It seems like Pokemon Trading Card Game Online was down Friday and Saturday, most of Saturday. So I'm recording this video on Saturday as a special video to kind of get caught up after that mishap. Usually I film my videos on Thursday evening for the Friday episode. My recording and my upload schedule is I usually record on the day before, but they weren't doing tournaments that day, and it was kind of I wanted to do a tournament. The downside here is that I can't do a tournament today either because tournaments are still disabled or there aren't any going on. So that's kind of frustrating, but I'll be back with a tournament schedule on Monday. Today is the last day I'll be doing my Fighting Fit deck, and on your screen is the card of the day, Zygarde. Very popular choice of my deck. Well, popular. I say a very kind of the star of the show. The whole deck revolves around getting Zygarde out on the bench, powering it up, giving it special fighting energy, giving it a muscle band, getting Machamp on the deck to give it even 20 extra damage, and also getting the Stadium card out that does 20 extra damage to EX Pokemon. So altogether, that's 40 extra. That's 80 extra damage. And I can even attach multiple fighting energy to it to make it do up to 220 damage. Its HP is pretty low and it's weak to grass, so I really have to get it powered up quickly enough to make it really shine. But you know, I've come into situations where this card has saved my butt tons of times. You know, I've come into situations where it demolishes my opponent's bench, like all the Pokemon on my opponent's side. With this Pokemon the way it is, I don't worry too much about EX Pokemon unless my opponent's able to power them up quickly. But it really does revolve around getting it powered up on my bench. And as long as I can get Talonflame out on the first turn, I may actually have a chance to make this card to get this card powered up quickly enough. But you're going to see a little bit of this card in the next battle here. We can't do a tournament because tournaments are disabled. I'll show you right here. At least there's not any going on. So we'll do a couple of versus matches, and I got a bunch of packs to open up. So when I logged in today, they did say, you know, as a thank you for being patient, they gave out a free pack of Steam Siege cards, which the game was down for like a day and a half, and I think one pack of Steam Siege cards is the absolute least that you can do. But I would think that 2 more packs is just common courtesy. But yeah, it's whatever. We'll get to playing here. This is the Fighting Fit deck, and it's funny because I played a match earlier today, before now, and I played this guy who, like, he had Rayquaza EX, he had Kyogre EX, not Kyogre, was it Shaman? I can't remember what he had, but he had like 3 EX Pokemon. And he was just talking trash the whole game. Like, I used a Lysandre to switch him out with he was dealing a ton of damage, so I used Lysandre to switch him out with a different Pokemon. And he was talking trash about like how that was a huge mistake, and he was all powered up and ready to go. And I was able to get Machamp out, and at the very last turn of that game, Machamp's attack deals 100 damage. I was able to get it to do 120 damage. But it also reduces the attack by 40. So he dealt 130 damage, or 120, or something like that. I was able to heal 60, and then I did my attack, which was... his next attack only dealt, like, 80 damage, or maybe 60 or something. He was talking trash the whole game, and I just totally destroyed his team. And I felt kind of bad, but at the same time, I was like, you got way ahead of yourself. And it was literally the last turn. It was down, like, it was down to him. Whoever got the next attack was going to win the game. And it just so happened that the way the turns played out, I was able to kill him before he killed me. And it was it was very powerful, but it was a very good game. And, you know, I didn't get that guy's name, and I should have messaged him and said, hey, you know, that was a good game. I don't really think he was talking trash necessarily. He was just like, he was just calling out my mistakes like they were mistakes, but they were really the best choices that I could have made. and maybe I think he might have missed some opportunities too, because he should have just killed me. He had all EX Pokemon, and they were pretty much all powered up. He got a bunch of energy back from the discard pile, and he should have killed me, but he wasn't able to make it happen. He just didn't. He wasn't aggressive enough, and he allowed me to catch up, and because of that, I was able to just, I was able to defeat him. So I know I don't have a lot of details, and I really wish I did record that match, but I wasn't able to. But that was a good match. So again, next week I'm going to do a different deck. I'm going to do the dehydrated deck all next week. Make some adjustments to it and try to make it a little bit better. I haven't played it in a while, at least not on camera. And I'm working on making a new deck too. I just don't know what type I want to make the deck. I don't know what really to go with. But I do want to make these videos more consistent, so you'll know what to expect. So I also did a video today about the newest trailer for Pokemon Sun and Moon, so check that out as well. That's actually a lot of details have come out about Pokemon Sun and Moon, and definitely check it out on my channel. I do have the Pokemon Trading Card Game Online videos, but I also like to do videos where I talk about some of the latest things going on. Got a new theory coming out soon, so that'll be cool, and we'll see how things go. But I do thank you for tuning in today. I've got some packs to open up today. I'm going to open up 4 packs of cards today, just because we've had some delays in being able to log in to the game, but also some delays in me being able to put my video out, and I don't like that. So we'll get it right. Thanks for being patient. I do appreciate that. I know it can be tough when you expect something and it's not there. And, to the 3 of you that watch my videos on a regular basis, can't tell you how much I appreciate it. So this person, Zygarde is a good Pokemon. I see a lot of decks use this card, prevent all effects of attacks to any Pokemon that has steel energy attached. So I think if you're going to have a steel deck, this is kind of a staple in that deck because it does prevent paralyzation. It prevents a lot of things that could go wrong. I'm pretty much gone now. There's nothing I can do. Why did you do that? Yeah, why did you do that? Oh, okay, that makes sense. But I'm going to do a little bit of damage to you. 80 damage. It makes sense to get rid of my Zygarde, but my Zygarde's not going to attack you for a couple of turns, so there's really no reason to get rid of it. I would have taken out Rhyhorn, because even if Rhyhorn was gone right now and Zygarde was up here, I can't attack with Zygarde, because now I can at least deal damage. So you should have killed this first and then killed Zygarde. So the strategy for this person's deck is not as solid. I think he happened to have a really good hand to start off with. So he's probably going to defeat me, but not because of any killer strategy. Mostly because double colorless energy and steel type energy ensure that he won't be paralyzed, and he'll be able to attack on the second turn with 120 damage. There's not much I can really do to combat that with my deck currently set up the way it is, and with the cards that I drew. So what's it going to be? Why are you doing this? Just knock me out. There's no need to draw this game out at all. I'll play. I mean, I'm not gonna. I like in this game. I like being relentless. I like being ruthless in this game. Mainly because if I'm going to be able to defeat somebody, I want them to be able to get back into the next match quickly enough, and I don't want to feel like I'm wasting their time. Like, right now, this person's probably going to beat me. There's nothing I can do about it, and he's basically just wasting my time. So it is what it is. It's just, you know, I really shouldn't even attack him right now. I'm not going to. And the reason for that is because if I attack him, Bouffalin's knocked out. So if I don't attack him, well, here it is. If I don't attack him, he's not knocked out. And this comes up and defeats my Rhyhorn. And then I don't have enough energy to attach here. So this was a decent strategy by him, I suppose. Except next turn, his Magearna is going to be knocked out. So I'm just not sure what he was thinking. $30 damage to 3 of your opponent's Pokemon. So if I'm able to evolve, it might work out pretty well for me. His Magearna is going to be knocked out. Even still, I'm dealing more damage now. So I might even be able to deal enough damage to get up to that 70. This is going to be close because he's not being relentless enough. He could have won the game already, but instead he's switching out, you know, playing around. It's funny because all it takes, guys, all it takes is one mistake. That's it. That's all it takes is one mistake. And it can mean the entire game. So if he's playing around and making several mistakes, it can cost himself the game. What is this? Porygon? Okay, he's gonna take out my tool cards, which I don't want him to do. Let me go ahead and get that Lugia out here. Or Skarmory, sorry. I feel like I should get Registeel out instead. 90 damage to Registeel. And the only way he's going to attack is double colorless energy, and even then it's only going to do 30 damage. So, and that also means next turn, well, he might use Escape Rope or Switch or something. Well, never mind. Okay. Gotta take him out. If I can just knock out one more of his EX Pokemon, I'll be in good shape, but I don't have a way to guarantee that I do that. So 80 plus, it's going to do 120 damage if there's any damage counters. It'll do 80 damage, which is enough to kill me, but he has to have one more energy first, and I'm certain he's got it, or he can get it. So it's really going to come down to Landorus, and it's very possible that I sacrifice Landorus just to get some energy attack. The next Pokemon that I draw, which could be Zygarde, could also not be Zygarde, and it is not Zygarde. So there you have it. That's the end of the game. But see, that's my point, is that I should never have gotten down to 2 prize cards. That should never have been a thing. And I can't believe that he let me get that far. But let that be a lesson to you guys. If you are playing and you have what it takes to knock somebody out, don't play around. Just take them out. I would feel much better getting into a game that ends on the third turn rather than playing a game that takes 25 minutes and it should have been. Okay. He's still playing around. Like, I don't know what he's thinking here. So 90, and that's only going to do 130 total. Well, I guess it's going to do 110 plus 40. So 150. I don't have any way to get another Pokemon out, so that's the end of the game. Making mistakes and doing something, you know, ridiculous, I might still win. I doubt it, but so after this, we'll go into the place collection. We're going to open up 2 packs. I wanted to do a tournament tonight. I really did. I'm not really sure what was going on in this game. I had it down for 2 days, but you know, whatever. We're back. We're live. We're playing. So these are the packs that I have. I'm going to open 3 things here. I'm going to open 2 packs of Primal Clash, and then we'll come back and open 2 more. But I have this to open up also. The uncommon chests, it's funny because I've gotten these chests they can sometimes be really cool cards, but I've gotten 2 Machokes. Wishkesh. Okay. Earthquake's 120 damage. I can barely read it, guys. Sorry if I'm getting too close. I'm going to try to get out of the way. 20 damage to each of your benched Pokemon. Okay, so you're going to do 20 damage to each of your own benched Pokemon, but deal 120 damage with Earthquake. I feel like there's a card out there that has an ability that prevents damage to your benched Pokemon. Maybe I'm wrong, but that would be a great card if it did exist. If you know of one, let me know. I don't know. What is this going to be? Oh, Clefable. So, Tumbling Attack is 50 damage, flip a coin and do 30 more damage if heads. Moon Barrier is 30 damage, and during your opponent's next turn, prevent all effects of attacks, including damage done to your Pokemon by Dragon Pokemon. So, alright, let's check these packs here. Primal Clash. As you can see, guys, I have 8 Pokemon up here, and I want to buy more packs of cards. I will buy more packs of cards. I'll probably do it on Monday, though. I'll actually spend those coins. I'll probably have more coins by then, too. So stay tuned for Monday's episode, and we'll see how that goes. Okay. So we've got some new cards here that I've not seen before. Azumarill. Tail Wrap is flip 2 coins and do 30 damage times the number of heads. Dwindling Wave is 100 damage minus 10 for each damage counter on this Pokemon. So you can only do 10 damage, depending on how much damage is on this Pokemon. I like Azumarill. This card has 100 HP, and when the Pokemon is healed, double the amount healed. So you could potentially heal all of its damage with a potion. So that actually makes it kind of interesting. I may build a deck around Fairy Pokemon and put this in that deck because it's kind of an interesting card, and it might be good. We'll see. But let's see. Professor Burge, we know what that does. Discard your hand. Sand Attack is 20 damage, and if the defending Pokemon tries to attack during your opponent's next turn, flip a coin, and if tails, the attack does nothing. I like Dragon-type Pokemon for the most part, but they almost all have multiple energy requirements, and I feel like that limits you on the amount of things you can do. I guess you can put Rainbow Energy in there, which that's fine, but and even still, this attack only does 60 damage, so you know, I don't know if I'd ever use this card, but it's not bad. Rare Candy, Magcargo. This is a new card. Flame Burst is 20 damage to 2 of your opponent's bench Pokemon, and Flamethrower is 90, and you discard an energy. I think this is a good card. I have another Magcargo, or I used it in a different deck a while ago, and it was good. This is probably a better version of that card. 120 HP is not bad, and it's a stage 1, so you know, it's pretty good. Nose Pass. Reduce attacks by 40 during your opponent's next turn. Clam Pearl. Prevent all damage as 50 or less on your opponent's next turn. Tangela is heal 20 damage, and then you got Vine Whip for 30. So Tangela is actually, I have this card, but it's a different artwork. I like this artwork better, so that's pretty cool. Regular Meryl. And then Roar is switch out your opponent's Pokemon with his bench Pokemon. So let's go ahead and open up one more pack of these cards here, and we'll see what is going on. Cards so far. Okay. Magcargo. I feel like I have this card. Maybe it's not a shiny version or something, but I feel like I have this one. 110 HP, and if your opponent's active Pokemon is a Pokemon EX, do 60 more damage. That actually could be very beneficial, because almost every deck that I go up against has some kind of Pokemon EX card. It has an ability, whenever your opponent plays a trainer card, prevent all effects of the card done to this Pokemon, so that's not bad. It could actually work in a fire deck pretty decently if you're looking at doing extra damage to EX Pokemon. So agility is 40 damage, and flip a coin if heads, prevent all effects of attacks including damage on your opponent's next turn. Aggron Spirit Link. Repeat Ball. Search a deck for a Pokemon with the same name as one of your Pokemon in play. That's actually pretty cool if you have multiples of a certain Pokemon in your deck. Hippopotas. Tynamo. Flip a coin and do 10 more damage if heads. Mudkip. Meditite. Phoebus. Alright guys, let's go ahead and do another versus match here real quick, and we'll open up a few more packs. So far I'm 50-50, and this is the last time I'll play this deck on camera for at least a week. I might go back to it the week after, but I have a couple other decks I want to cycle through, and I want to make a new deck and use that for a whole week and see if that gets any good results. So I'm predicting a win on this match, and I'm predicting that solely because I thought I was going to win the coin flip, and I'm going to go with no. And the reason I'm doing that is because I want to get Talonflame out on my bench, and after I have Talonflame out, I want to attach a Muscle Band to be able to do 60 damage on my first turn where I get to attack. Depending on the Pokemon he has in play, and you know what? We lucked out right here. So, depending on the Pokemon he has in play... Oh, no! No, I didn't want to do that. I selected to mulligan. Oh my god. Oh, that was awful. Anyway, so depending on the Pokemon he has in play, Talonflame may actually be able to knock out a Pokemon. That actually worked out pretty well, because now I have this where I can actually get a Muscle Band. Again, I'm predicting a win on this match, and don't ask me why. I just have a good feeling about this match. So, we lucked out. I gotta say, that could have been disastrous. I've done that before. The first time I ever had Talonflame as the only Pokemon in my starting hand, I forgot, I accidentally mulliganed and didn't get him back. This time I got him back, so this thing's dead. I just want to let you know, that's how that's going to go down. Of course, Kangaskhan's on the bench. I'm predicting he's going to attach a Fire Energy here, but he can't attack. So he needs to attach an energy here instead. In fact, he needs to understand that, like, if this were me, this absolutely would be bait. This would not be anything else. What are you doing? You just wasted that. So, we'll go ahead and get Zygarde out on the bench here, and then we're going to go ahead and go with that Muscle Band. Next turn, I'm grabbing a Machop and a Rare Candy. Should have grabbed Machop this time. Rare Candy and Zygarde next time. So I could evolve Machamp next turn. But it won't matter because this Talonflame is going to stay out for a while. I love when that happens, by the way. Like, I feel bad about it, but It's literally the best thing that can happen. Literally the best thing that can happen. What was I grabbing? Rare candy. Wait, oh, there it is. Alright. So I'm going to get this Zygarde powered up. I can get the Stadium card this next turn that lets me do extra damage to EX Pokemon. I can grab another Muscle Band to give it to Zygarde. Then the following turn, I can go ahead and grab a... I can't remember. I lost my train of thought. It happens a lot. Oh, a Fighting Energy to get Zygarde even more powered up. So he's going to be able to do, what, 70, 90 damage, which isn't bad. I can heal 60 of it at the following turn. So this is kind of a classic case on his side of the bench where he just doesn't have the cards that he needs. It's awful when that happens, I gotta say. I hate it. It happens to me a lot, and I just get so mad. Look at all these cards that he has. He's got to have everything that he needs. Oh, you know what? I think, okay, I need to take that Sage out, like, immediately. I just realized that's the one that when you evolve it, does damage based on how many cards you have in your hand. I need to take that thing out. It's funny because when you see stuff like this and you're like, what is going on? What's this person doing? And then you realize what they're doing. So here it is. 10 damage times the number of cards in your hand. So he's going to be able to do a ton of damage to me. 100's not bad. Even if I heal here, it's going to be 90, so I'm not going to... Probably should have done something else, but I want to make sure this Zygarde's ready. That was probably a mistake. I shouldn't have done that. Although, you know what? It's fine. I've got it all worked out, actually. I know exactly what I'm going to do. So here's what's going to happen. He's going to knock out... he says I hate Zygarde so much. I just told him for a non-EX, it's a little bit OP. Choose 3 cards to discard? Oh my gosh. Well, I don't need this. I don't need these 2. That sucks. What's that card? I'm going to grab an energy card, and I'm going to grab a... It's any 2 cards. So I'm definitely grabbing Lysandra. And we're going to grab another Fighting Energy. Get a little bit of extra damage going on. He's not going to like Zygarde at all after this. Oh, I can't even use it right now. Dang it. So what I need to do? What's that going to be? 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 110. He's going to have 120 after this next turn. I mean, he's going to get knocked out. There's a chance. It might work out. I think it's still going to be okay. Yeah, he's got a little bit more than enough to knock me out here. It's okay, so Landorus comes in. I gave him an energy card. In fact, I could probably switch out. Yeah. So this is going to allow me to attach energy from this card pile to Machamp. I believe I'm going to be able to knock him out next turn. And then he's going to knock me out. And then Machamp swoops in. Oh gosh, this turn. That's bad. Are you serious, Dad? Wow. That's the worst card. Like, who does that? I gotta say though, for disruption, I'll put that in my deck. That's crazy. He's probably got me on this match. There's not much else I can do. Wow. And game. Alright, well, you know what? When you happen to see someone big card in their hand, you kind of know what's going to happen. I've forgotten that. I knew that there was one card that did that. I just could not remember which card it was. So, there you have it. That's how that went down. So let's go ahead and go back to the collection, open up 2 more packs, and then hopefully get something good. So that is the last that you'll see of my Fighting Fit deck for at least a week. I'll probably bring it back at some point, but I don't want to get oversaturated with that same deck. So Delcatty replaces move as many energy attached to your Pokemon to your other Pokemon in any way you like. And play rough is flip a coin. If heads, do 30 more damage. Tackle and roll out on Meryl. This one's cool. Discard a fire or fighting energy and draw 2 cards. Electrike. This is a better Electrike than the ones that I've seen. So Thunderfang does 10 damage and flip a coin. Paralyze if heads. Whenever your opponent plays a trainer card, prevent all effects of that card done to this Pokemon. So I've seen cards like this that have that barrier or that berry or whatever you call it. I think it's a berry. I don't know what they call this move. I think it's considered eating a berry or something like that. But Rough Seas, we saw that one a second ago. Torchic, discard an energy on Tails flip. Quick attack, do 10 more damage on a heads flip. Do 10 damage times the number of heads flips. And do nothing on a Tails flip. So this is the last pack I'll be opening today, guys. I do want to thank you for watching. If you like this video, hit that like button, subscribe to my channel. I do videos every Monday through Friday, so long as the servers are up. And I also do other Pokemon-related content as well. I'm planning on doing a lot more in the future, so definitely stay tuned. And I do have some plans coming up. I definitely could use your help, and I really do appreciate watching. So, Gorobus, Cybolt's 30 damage and a Paralyze on a heads flip. It also has a Growth berry or whatever that is. When you attach an energy card from your hand to this Pokemon, you may attach 2 energy cards. So that's pretty cool. That's actually a pretty common ability up there, so I'm going to put this in my deck because it's shiny, but it's not really needed necessarily. But you've seen this card in my last match there. Takedown does 40 damage and 10 to itself. This is a great card for any water deck. If you have a deck with water Pokemon, get this card. Like, it's perfect. It actually lets you get any water type Pokemon from your deck. Mr. Mime, Trick, Move a Pokemon tool card attached to one of either player's Pokemon to another of that player's Pokemon that doesn't already have a Pokemon tool attached to it. If there is no Pokemon to move, this attack does nothing. Lock up. Defending Pokemon can't retreat during your opponent's next turn. Turn does not end if the Pokemon the card is attached to becomes Primal Kyogre EX. We saw that card last time. Saw that card last time. Saw that card last time. Scrunch is prevent all damage done by attacks during your opponent's next turn on a heads flip. And Volbeat Acrobatics is flip 2 coins, do 20 more damage for each heads. And Pester is 30 plus. If your opponent's active Pokemon is affected by a special condition, do 30 more damage. So that is all of your cards. Guys, thanks again for watching. I will see you on Monday.